Hi, everyone. Welcome into another edition of Off Air with Kristen and Casey. I'm Casey. That is Kristen. Thanks again to Food City for sponsoring Off Air. We're excited. We have a new feature of the podcast we're going to add tonight. We're going to play a game. We'll have that with our producer, Ethan. Will be joining us live to play this game. We're going to do the blind resume game.
Oh, okay.
With movies. That's
with
all
movies. Okay.
You and I
That's
know.
all we know. We don't know any of the movies.
We don't know any of the movies, but that'll be in a few minutes. First, we've had a lot go on since we did this podcast last week.
Mm-hmm.
Both of us been pretty busy, a lot going on. Start with you first. The thing I'm most curious about for you is I know you went to the big Chef T 7-course dinner, covered that for the station over the weekend at the casino. How was that?
Well, it was really cool. It was cool to see the chefs, from the show actually here in Bristol. So we went, pretty neat to kind of see behind the scenes too, how they get those 7 courses out to all the guests, because obviously there was a ton of people. It was packed.
It was packed. Okay.
Yes. There was not a seat available. I think some people were actually sitting with other couples because it was full. So got to see kind of how they prep things. And then each one of the chefs had a certain dish that they prepared for all of the guests. So then they got up and talked about, where they draw their inspiration, what they made for everyone. So kind of neat. It was really neat.
Like dinner and a show.
Yeah,
dinner explanation and a show,
of it. Yeah. And then so we just quickly went there and shot some video. We interviewed Chef T. We actually got to interview a couple of the other chefs too that I'm going to work on putting on YouTube for everyone. And then then we came back, rushed back and got it on. They
had 2 separate servings. It was like 4:30 in the afternoon and 8 o'clock at night. How long did it take? Like 2.5 hours probably?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly.
You didn't stay the whole time.
We didn't stay the whole time, so we left.
But obviously there was 3.5 hours between the 2 sittings, so there had to take a little bit of time. Then they probably had to clean up, get everyone out, then get the new people coming in.
For sure.
If you haven't seen Yes Chef yet and don't want any spoiler alerts, cover your ears for now. But we do have to talk about that, I think, as well with Chef T, because that show, the second episode was this week and it didn't turn out in her favor. Yeah.
And if you're not aware, Chef T, she's a local chef here in Bristol. She owns Union 41, a pretty popular downtown restaurant. And she's actually been on Hell's Kitchen before, which is a Fox show. And then she recently went on this show called Yes Chef. They did filming in Canada in February.
With Martha Stewart.
And it just premiered not this week, but the last week. And so she was on the first episode. And then this episode 2, should we talk about the spoiler alert?
Yes,
if you don't want to hear about it, turn off right now and then join us in a little bit. But Chef T gets kicked off. And so I know you said your family watched it and they were a little sad about it because it's not your typical show where it's just like, okay, the best chef moves on or whatnot. You kind of vote who should be kicked off.
Obviously, the last, this show airs at 10 o'clock at night. So we're on the air at 10 o'clock, but the last 2 Mondays during commercial breaks, we've been, watching it on the TV on the corner. And so with no volume though, so you can really hear what's going on. But towards the very end, it was 10:57 and they're doing a close up talking to her. I'm like, oh, that can't be good. She either just kicked someone off or she's gone. And then they showed her walking away. So I didn't see it. But yeah, my family, my mom, my brother, they love cooking shows. They only watch this one because I told them Chef T, and they've been to Union 41 when they've come to visit. And they were like, oh, we'll check it out. And they were like, we just like cooking shows where whoever doesn't cook the better dish, that's why they're gone. This is like Survivor meets a cooking show. She was eliminated because someone else viewed her as a threat, not because she made a bad dish. So,
which is the worst. Chef T, you were robbed.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this podcast, we were rooting for you, and it's ridiculous that you were.
Hey, NBC's losing viewers. My mom and brother said they're not going to watch it anymore since she's out after 2 episodes.
I know that's sad.
Yeah.
But NBC's trying a new cooking show, so we'll see. I'm interested to see how the ratings are on that show.
Yes. No, if we do find that out, we'll certainly pass it along. So that was Saturday night what you did. Then Friday, you were rubbing elbows with Miss Dolly Parton.
That's right. Yep. I almost forgot about that. It has been a busy weekend for me, actually, now that you say that.
Because I hadn't seen you until today since Thursday of last week.
I know.
Friday you were in Dollywood all day.
That's right. Yeah. So Friday went to Dollywood. It is their 40th celebration. So when they opened the park back in March, they, of course, did something for the 40th too. But this time, this was the actual 40th. They opened 40 years ago on May 3rd, which we went on the 2nd, but
May 2nd was a Friday. They probably want to do it on a
better
weekend.
on a Friday.
Yeah.
So Dolly came out in a big cake, which was really cool. She came out in a big cake, and they kind of did something different this time. Sometimes Dolly sings, sometimes, I guess every time it's a little bit different, but normally like she'll get up, she'll talk, and then they like play a video of like stuff that's going to happen in the future. And then she'll like sing or do something. This time, I've never seen them do this before. They had like a sit down, like a round table almost. Mm-hmm. And they had an old WBIR anchor. She's retired now, but she was the anchor for a long time at WBIR in Knoxville. And she like interviewed Dolly and one of the Herschen brothers, which is, if you're familiar with like Silver Dollar City, one of their partners. And then Eugene Naughton was there, the president of Dollywood, and got to ask them questions about, the 40th and where Dollywood's going in the future and that kind of thing. So it was interesting to see that. And then they all did a little toast with a glass of sweet tea at the end. And
is that her favorite drink? Dollywood?
No, I don't think so. Dolly? But they, that's just, they weren't going to toast with any alcohol, so they toasted with sweet tea, and then she gave away cupcakes to everyone. So they had a big table outside that you could go get a cupcake if you were around during that.
I'm sure you participated.
Yes, and if you watched Noon that day, which I'm sure you didn't get to catch it, but at Noon, I had one of the PR representatives of Dollywood, and we ate the cupcakes on.
Was it Wes
on TV? No, it was Ellen.
Oh, okay.
Ellen. Okay. She does more of the PR for the dinner shows. That's also part of the Dollywood company. So I've worked with her a little bit in the past, and she's actually, her husband is, she's from Blumenville. Oh, so okay. It's kind of neat. They like us over there because there's a lot of Tri-Cities
that work for
Dollywood.
Yeah,
she's from Blumenville, and then Wes is he's the other public relations director. He's from Gate City.
Yeah.
So
he used to work at Bristol Motor Speedway. That's how I knew him. I worked with him when I first moved here. He was working at Bristol Motor Speedway. So I worked with him for a few years before he left to go to Dollywood.
Yeah. And then when you go, you always, on a day like that, you always get a media representative to walk you around the park. And so usually Wes is like everywhere. So he's busy, but they give us each a person. And the person that they always give us is Kayla. Shout out to Kayla. And I love her. And she's from Kingsport. And she actually still lives in Kingsport. She drives to Dollywood for her job.
Every day.
Like she works, I think 3 days or 2 days out of the week. I can't remember. But yeah, drives all the way to Dollywood. But her family's all from this area. She wants to be close to family.
Well, if you don't have to go down 5 days, if you have a hybrid type position.
5 days, yeah.
Okay.
So she is lucky to do that, and she's always paired with us, so we always have a good time.
Nice.
So I always love going down there just because it's fun. We really do have a nice time. Now it's a lot of work too because you got to hustle and get stuff back.
You're not just down there eating cookies and cakes.
I'm not just down there eating cookies and cakes.
Oh, okay. I had no idea.
I do have to put together a story.
I knew. I'm kidding. I know. But that is what also it's like when people think we show up at 4:45 for the 5 o'clock news. It's kind of the same thing like that. Yeah.
Yeah. We do a lot more behind the scenes. So while it is fun and I did have a great time, it also is a very stressful day a little bit because you're trying to get everything done.
And a long day. Yes. Because you got to drive hour 45 down there.
Mm-hmm. And then you got to edit as quickly as possible. So I'm hustling out there too.
So you have all that fun. What's your reward? You get sick.
I did. If you notice that I sound a little bit different, it is because, But I think that came from my daughter and her class.
Okay.
Because these kids are full of germs.
Kids.
And then she gets all snotty and then comes home and gives it to me. So
this is what I have to look forward to.
Oh, yeah. Just wait till she goes to school. I'm sorry.
You're like, well, you know something I don't?
Just wait till he goes to school. Then you're in for it.
Worse.
And when you're the parent, there's nothing, it's not like you can be like, stay away. You know, you just have to suck it up and So yes, I've been sick on antibiotics and steroids, but slowly working.
But at least it worked out where you got to have your fun before it really got bad for you.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Because it was
worse.
Sucked if you were sick right before you're supposed to do this fun stuff.
True.
Yeah.
That's very true. But how was your weekend? Was it as busy?
No, not as busy. I did play golf on Friday and Saturday. So always enjoy getting a little one extra day of golf. I typically try to play once a week if it works out, but I was able to play Friday and Saturday. So that was good. Had fun.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. But that was, and just my wife was actually a little under the weather, so that's why you joke that you guys were hanging out because you guys both kind of, it was like almost like the same days, but you hadn't seen each other in a while. So some other common denominator out there besides that. So she was kind of down for the count this weekend. So she didn't necessarily mind that I was out golfing on Saturday. So I was kind of out, and then Sunday, what did I do on Sunday?
You should have been at home making homemade soup for your wife.
Not made homemade soup. I did make a couple meals. Normally she does like meal prep for the week on Sunday. But I actually took over this week because she was not feeling well.
What did you make?
I made enchiladas. And then I actually
Chef Casey.
Yes. Well, with her assistant. She was like, do this, do that. So I was following orders. And then meatballs, like she dumped all the ingredients in, but then I actually was like making my own meatballs.
Wow.
Yeah. And then she's like, oh, they're too big or they're not big enough, so I was like, I was getting it from the real chef.
That's funny.
But yeah, so I
how wonderful.
Yeah, so I spent a little time in the kitchen on Sunday helping out. Yeah, it was nice to lend a helping hand when asked.
Yes, so, that's in sickness and in health.
Yes, very good point there. So yeah, so that was my weekend, and then was holding down the fort till you came back. So nice to have you back.
Appreciate you
at the station.
Down the fort. Sorry that you had to anchor shows by
That's
yourself.
Okay.
But I figured it would be better than you having to listen to me snot all over the place.
Yes, I would much prefer that way. So you get better and get back here. So all right, let's go to our new game. Let's bring in Ethan, our producer, and we're gonna play. There he is through the magic of the internet.
Hi, Ethan.
Hello.
All right, so what we're going to do here, we're going to play the blind resume game. So how this works is Ethan is going to give us a movie that we rank 1 through 5, 1 being it is best, 5 being terrible. But the catch is we don't know what is coming next. We have to rank them one at a time. So you have to be strategic, because the first one he gives, if you give a 1, 2, and then something comes after that you like better, you're too late.
All right. I'm ready.
All right.
I am ready for the challenge.
Kristen, you get to go first.
All right.
Okay, so all of these movies come from the IMDb top 250. According to regular voters, I guess the average person is voting on this. So the first one I'll give you is Groundhog Day.
I have not seen that movie, I am ashamed to say, in a very, very long time. I do think it is probably a classic, but I'm going to go with, I just don't think I would care that much if I missed it. So I'm going to go 5.
I've never seen Groundhog Day.
Oh, no.
So
you've never seen it?
No. Was that with Bill Murray?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go 4. I don't want to pigeonhole myself into 5th. So I'm going to go number 4 on Groundhog Day, even though I've never seen it.
I just don't think like it was that memorable for me to where I would really miss it if it was.
What year did that come out, Ethan? Do you know?
1 second.
He'll find out.
That was 1993.
Yeah, see, it's old. I was just a babe.
Yeah, I was a little older than you, but yeah, I have not seen Groundhog Day, so shame on me.
That is bad. Okay, next.
All right,
All right.
4th here. We'll go back and forth. All right.
Next one is Rocky.
Rocky. Have seen Rocky, but it has been a really long time since I've seen Rocky. I'm going to go number 3 for Rocky.
I've not seen that movie. That's terrible too. But I've seen I know the gist, like where he runs up the stairs.
Yo, Adrian.
4.
So you better hope he doesn't have some stinkers coming down the line, because you've already used your 4 and 5.
That's okay. I'm ready.
And I've used my 3 and 4.
Well, I've not seen that movie, so to me, it's,
right.
this is my choice.
Yep, I got you.
Okay, 3.
Next up, we got The Lion King.
Oh, classic. Great movie. Sad. Spoiler alert. Mufasa dies. So that part's sad. Hate that. But great movie. 2.
2 for The Lion King.
Oh, I just can't wait to be king.
I'm gonna go 5 on The Lion King.
Oh my gosh.
I feel
why?
like I mean it was fine. I mean, there's more animated movies I like better than that, and I just feel like there's got to be something better coming down the line here than The Lion
That's
King.
what you think. All right, Ethan.
That's what I hope.
Next up, we got The Dark Knight.
Oh,
Number 1.
that's
Number 1. That is one of my top 5 movies
of all
ever.
time.
Fantastic. I think Heath Ledger, was amazing in that movie as the Joker. Christian Bale, yes, fantastic. Dark Knight, number 1 for me.
I think that I will not argue with that. I'm gonna go number 1 too. Great movie.
So the last movie has a little special place for this podcast. If you go back about 5 months, there's a very heated debate about this movie, Die Hard.
Oh man, that's a classic too.
Very nice.
Yeah, 3 is good though. 3 on the list is good. Would I switch it with Lion King if I could? I know I can't. I'm locked in. But would I, if I had my perfect way? Maybe. But I'm happy. I'm happy with my choices. I think I did a good job. I think that's a good rating.
Die Hard for me goes in at number 2. So I feel very vindicated that I buried The Lion King at 5 and then have Dark Knight. Then I have Die
Have
Hard
you even
as a
seen
strong.
Die Hard?
Of course I've seen Die
okay.
Hard.
Well, I'm just making sure.
Nakatomi Plaza.
Yes.
Yippee-ki-yay. We
Christmas
can't finish
movie.
it. We can't.
The best Christmas.
We can't finish Yippee-ki-yay because we're on the internet here.
Yeah.
Will you guys recap your list and give me a rating, like out of 5? How do you think you did?
And then
If you would change anything?
Ethan's going to decide which list he likes better
Oh, okay.
to see who's the winner. So recap. You go first. You recap your list.
I had Dark Knight, then Lion King, Die Hard, Rocky, Groundhog Day.
Okay. I had Dark Knight. Then I had Die Hard. I went Rocky 3, Groundhog Day 4, Lion King 5.
What do you think?
You guys are both happy with that? Both wouldn't change anything?
I would not change my list. If anything, I would change 4 and 5, maybe Lion King and Groundhog Day. That maybe be the only thing I would change. I would not change my top 3.
I mean, I like my list. I'm happy with it. Lock it in.
All right. Before I pick my winner, I'll give you what the IMDb viewers think. So Dark Knight was the third best movie out of 250.
Wow.
Lion King was 36. Die Hard 113, Rocky 211, then Groundhog Day 246.
Wow.
So I win.
No, that's what IMDb says.
So IMDb gives it to Kristen. I think I'd give it to Casey, but that might just be the dude mindset. I pick very dude-centric movies. So
who's IMDb? What are they?
They're a reputable source.
But
for
you know what?
movies.
We agreed that Ethan's vote.
No, I don't know that we
Cast
agreed
the vote
that.
to who
I don't
wins.
think we agreed that. I think we need a girl too to make it even.
I'll tell you what, you can pick next week or the next time we do a podcast, you can pick the topic next time
Okay.
since you're the loser this week.
Whatever, I'm not the loser.
Way to go, Ethan. Thank you.
IMDb chose me. Anyways,
That was fun.
that was fun.
Yeah.
We'll have to do it again.
Yes, we will. All right. Let's get to snack time.
Thank goodness. I am so hungry. I could eat Michael Caputo.
What?
That's just a saying.
You can eat what? What's
Michael
that?
Caputo.
What is that?
That's just a saying.
But I know I went to school with a kid named Michael Caputo.
Really?
Yes.
No, that's just a saying. Like it's like I'm so hungry I could eat Michael Caputo.
Who's the person?
I mean, I've never heard
It
of him.
is. Yes, I went to grade school with a
No, you
Michael
didn't.
Caputo. Yes, I did.
You went to grade school with a Michael Caputo.
And high school. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm so hungry. That's just a saying.
Yeah, I've
Have
never
you heard
of
that
it.
before?
No.
Do you think Michael Caputo has?
I don't know. I haven't. I do a fantasy football league with him still. Yeah, I went to. I don't know where you're coming from by saying this. I don't know.
That's just the saying. Like,
Never heard that.
It's like famous. Like, I'm so hungry I could eat Michael Caputo.
Never heard that.
Well, I hope you brought a good snack.
Well, no, your snack is going first.
I brought a drink.
Drink. Okay, well, we'll do the drink first.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to look that up about this Michael Caputo thing. That makes it. Yes, I went to grade school and high school with
There is a new Body Armor flavor.
Oh, thank goodness! I saw that can. I thought it was a Mountain Dew, and I was about to freak out.
Sour apple.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, I love Body Armor, so I'm excited. I don't know about. I'm not a big sour person,
Neither
but
we're gonna try.
yeah, I'll try. Yeah, I do like Body Armor, but I thought that was a Mountain Dew, and I was like, no.
Well, maybe that'll be next week. Sour apple.
Body Armor.
It smells very.
So this is to get your electrolytes in. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's see if it's sour.
Oh, it's warm.
It is.
It's like apple juice.
It's sour.
I don't really taste the sour. I just taste like apple juice. Although I don't think I've ever drank a warm Body Armor before. So that was like the most jarring thing to me right away. I'll give it a 4.
A 4?
Yeah, I think if it was cold, I'd probably give it a 5, 5.5. But
sorry, I should have got you some ice.
No, that's fine.
I'll be honest, like not a huge Body Armor. I like the fruit punch one, so I would probably still go with the fruit punch, but it's fine. I'd probably rate it the same 5. It's fine.
I give it a 4.
It does taste very sour appley. So this is the new Body Armor. Check it out. They have it at Walmart.
Oh, before we get to my snack, Sunday's Mother's Day.
It is.
First of all, happy Mother's Day to you. This will be our last podcast before Mother's Day. But also, I know both of our moms are very important in our lives. So we'll give a shout out to our moms. So happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to
Adrian and Mama Kwan.
Mama Kwan.
Yes. In fact, that was really cool. I'm going to be able to see my mom on Mother's Day this year. So not something that I get to do every year. And I know you don't either. We don't live in the same city or state as our moms, but this year we will be together. So very excited to spend Mother's Day with her. But yeah, moms are the best. And I know your mom, my mom, we both hit the lottery for sure when it comes to moms.
Absolutely. I definitely did. She's the best.
As did Riley did with you. So she's done really good. Great mom over here. So
thanks.
How is it different, like Mother's Day when you're the daughter to your mom compared to now when you've been the mother now? I know maybe when Riley gets older, it might be a little more of a difference, but like, how is it as a mother being a Mother's Day compared to like being the child from mom? Yeah,
it is different because it's like, like normally on Mother's Day, you always buy a gift for your mom and you go places. And now like I get those things. So that's kind of like, it's strange, and then like Riley's school, she's doing like a Mother's Day brunch on Monday. So I get to go to that and they're going to perform some songs for us. And like, we'll have like a little brunch kind of thing, which is really fun. So I just love it. It's just fun.
Awesome.
It's just fun making new memories. And so I enjoy it a lot.
Awesome.
It's great to be a mom.
Well, here's my snack. The reason I'm bringing a snack in, not only is Sunday Mother's Day, it's also Kristen's birthday.
Yay!
And I'm returning the favor, tipping the scale.
Oh my God.
Tipping the scale.
I was a little bit worried about what you could possibly be bringing. So this is awesome. So did you go talk to my good friend?
Sure did.
Oh, yay. So, okay, so tell me what this is.
It's a chocolate something. I don't remember what was written on the board. It was a couple words. I don't remember it all. It's chocolate. And then there's...
It looks like there's like little Debbie's.
Yes, it is little Debbie's on top. Yeah, and I think there might be a little strawberry-ish flavor or something like that. Back in February for my birthday, Kristen brought me a piece of cheesecake from Tipping the Scale, which is in Bristol, Tennessee. It's not too close from very close to the TV station. That's the first time I ever heard of it. And Kristen did a story on them as well. And so I stopped by there, picked up a piece to return the favor. And the last time when you bought me a piece, remember I was like, how good this is. I was like, I'm not taking this home for Kelly. I ate it all here. I heard about that. So when I went and got a piece for you, I also got one for Kelly as well to get
Good
back in
job.
good graces. So
What kind did you get her?
exact same kind that you have.
This is really good.
Yeah. So she hasn't
The
had it
baby's
yet.
gonna love this.
Yeah, she hasn't had it yet. But
You want some?
no, I had some of hers. I took a little piece of hers. So that's all yours. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Um,
I'm celebrating my birthday and Mother's Day at the same day.
I mean, I know most years it's not on the same day, but it's always right around there.
Mhm.
So you get
So
either
I
like
need
double
2 kids.
gifts or like you get the combination where they say, well, happy birthday and happy
I
Mother's
should.
Day.
No, what is funny is Kagan, my husband, he's not a big gift giver. Like, I mean, he gives gifts. He's just not like that's not his love language is gift giving. So it's funny because when it is on the same day, it's like he'll give me one card that's like Mother's Day, Kristen. And then the next one will be like birthday, Kristen on the outside. So like, but there's always one card for each.
That's good. That's good.
Which is good.
You don't strike me as someone though that would really bother you.
No.
Like I think some people will be like, I know there's my birthday and then it's Christmas, or it's my birthday and it's Mother's Day.
No.
I'm
used to it.
Yes.
And the key to that is if you have a birthday that like falls around there, you just marry someone that it falls close to Father's Day. Like Kagan.
And a shout out to my cousin Julie, who, like Kristen, born May 11th, 1992. Yeah, they were born on the same day, the same year, which is crazy. And
Yeah,
you guys
we
met
bonded
at our
over that,
wedding.
at your
yeah,
wedding.
for the first time. You guys
Yeah.
got to bond over that. So
Shout out to her and shout out to Michael Caputo.
Michael Caputo.
This
So I've
is
never heard of that.
Great.
That's the best snack I've ever. Does that redeem
This is
myself for the
good.
banana?
Oh, absolutely.
And a couple weeks ago
You've
when I
been
brought in the
redeemed.
banana.
This is amazing. Go to Tip in the Scale.
Yeah, if you've
It's
never been
great.
there, Bristol, Tennessee, look it up. You can just go in and get a slice. They change the menus every couple of days, I believe, or you can order an entire cheesecake. But if you do want to go that route, they do need 72 hours notice for that. So you can't just walk in and buy the cheesecake, but you can go in and buy a slice anytime you want. You can order an entire cheesecake, but they do need a couple of days notice for that. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, it is fantastic. This was the second time I've had it. It is awesome.
They did a great job. And there's always fun flavors like this, which I like.
Yeah, they changed
He
the
switches it
flavors,
up.
and he said he told me, he's like, I can custom. If you don't see something on the board, ask. Maybe I can do it for you. So they're very accommodating for anything you want. So check that out in Bristol, Tennessee, Tipping the Scale.
So good.
All right,
Thank
so we're
you.
going to wrap it up this week on the podcast. Just as a programming note, no podcast next week. We're taking that week off. We both have some time off, so we'll be back in 2 weeks. We'll have a lot to catch up about. We're both going to be doing some traveling, so we will recap that in 2 weeks. Enjoy your time, and we'll see you. Thanks again to Food City. And Ethan, thanks for making me the winner of our first blind resume game. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.